You don't need to have it all before you start doing something. Some of us didn't start with all these things you see around. We had to start just using our common phone, some colo phone. But in the end, we had a dream, we had a vision. We knew that someday we are going to get. Welcome to another inspiring session on Parkour Inspires. Parkour Inspires. Be inspired to be motivated. This show is proudly brought to you by Pax Icon Infony, freezing your most memorable moments. My makeup was done by creative creators, unleashing the peaceful talents within. And my beautiful African costume was proudly sponsored by Obibini Mapa. So on today's topic, we're gonna be delving on making the best out of small situations. Or in actual sense, you don't need to have it all before you start doing something. Many a times, many people tend to be wrapped up in this inadequacy syndrome where they feel or think they need to have it all before they can do great things. If you can't do big things now, you can learn to do big things in small ways. So today we're going to be discussing on how best you can make opportunities out of smaller situations. In actual sense, you don't need to have it all before you start doing something. I mean, let me take my glasses off. Many people tend to be wrapped up in this inadequacy or inadequate syndrome where they feel they need to have it all before they actually start doing something. But in actual sense, you can start small, just like we grow plants or fruits. You start by watering the seeds, planting the seeds, you water the seeds, you nurture it for it to grow into that beautiful fruit or plants that you see. And so it is with life. So, sometimes most people tend to sit down idle waiting for perfect situations or a miracle to come up. Just like you are watching my motivational channel or inspiring channel thinking I'm going to show you the easy way to success, but I'm sorry once again to tell you that I'm not here to show you the shortcut to success, but I'm here to give you relatable stories that will inspire you to actually get out of your comfort zone and actually realize that you can make it out of your smaller situation. You don't need to come from a home that is well fed, come from a wealthy family before you make it. You can actually make it out of your poor background. You can actually make it. It's all about the mind, just like the saying goes, as a man thinketh, so is he. So it says, little drops of water, they say, make a mighty ocean. So you can start small and actually make it big. You don't need to have it all before you start doing something. Start small with the little you have, with the little opportunities around you. Sometimes you just have to be smart enough to know the opportunities around you and make the best out of the situation. You don't need support of people before you actually make it in life. You can start small. So that comes where I'll be sharing my inspiring stories with you that will motivate you on how I even started my photography business. I didn't have it. I didn't have a dime, but I just had to start small with my phone and other stuff, and actually I got people to fund me. But it wouldn't have happened if I was just sitting there thinking I'm creative, and so I need the support of my rich friends. I need the support of my family. I need the support of wealthy people in my community, which didn't even happen that way. But in the end, through the struggles, through believing and having passion and going on so many promotional platforms, I actually got funding to set up all these beautiful things and studios you see around me. So nobody had it easy. Rome wasn't built in a day. So before we actually delve into my personal inspiring life story, I would like us to have a deeper look at the parable of talents. I know many people will be like, hey, he's here to preach again. And many people think the Bible is full of archaic stories that are not relatable, but I'm here to tell you that the Bible actually have practical life lessons that can transform or change your life from zero to hero. The Bible is actually being a pillar of my success. God has been the secret to my success. And there are so many lessons you can actually learn from the Bible that are relatable in present life, like the parable of talents from Matthew 25 verses 15 downwards. And it says, unto one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1, to every man according to his several ability, and straightway took his journey. Then he that had received the 5 talents went and traded with the same, and made them other 5 talents. So basically, let me cut it short. The parable of talent speaks about a king who gave unto his servants talents that could be treasures or capital. And these treasures he gave unto one 5 talents, another 2 talents, and one talent. The one that got 5 traded it and got a double portion of it. the other that got two also traded. But the one that got one didn't do anything with it. And in the end, the one that he didn't even do anything with it was taken from him. And so in real life, this is what happens. So many people think other people are have opportunities more than them, other people are fortunate more than them, other people are privileged more than them, or other people are blessed more than them. So they sit down idle thinking that the sky will open and manna will fall on their lives. Life is not about having it all before you actually make a move. Sometimes you don't need to have it all before you actually make a move. It is not about how much you have, but it's about how best you make good use of the little opportunities around you. It's about how best you make good use of the talent you have. It's not about having so many talents. Somebody can have so many talents than you but be useless. Somebody can be more beautiful than you but not even bring any value or have wouldn't have any value. So life is not about the person who is privileged so much. Yes, you might not have come from a good home or the best of families, but you can still make it. You might have been born into a poor family, but dying poor will be your own fault. You can actually change your situation. So this comes back to my personal story. After graduating from school, I always had a dream of being a photographer, working around cameras, but I didn't have money. I didn't have family support or friends to support me financially, though I had rich friends. But you don't have to put your worries on people or don't expect people to be passionate about your dreams just like you are. In the end, it's your dream, not theirs. So what I had to do was I wasn't complaining that I don't have this opportunity, or I wasn't blaming people for my failures or actually putting my life on the line because people are not helping me. What do I have to do? Just like most guys, when you want to pursue a girl or a lady, you go and borrow your friends' phones or cameras to impress them. So you should do about your dreams or aspiration. You may have a talent for dancing, you may have a talent for acting, but you complain you don't have a phone to record yourself. You have a talent for singing. But so many people, when you ask them, oh, I don't have this, I don't have that, so I can't do it. If I have a camera, I do it. It's not about if you have a camera, it's about what you are making good use of right now. You have a phone that you can use it to record. It's not about the quality, it's about the substance that you are going to put out. It's about the value. So what I had to do was, I didn't even have cameras to start any project, but I have dream or aspirations of being a cinematographer. So what did I do? I didn't have the best of phones, but I had the passion, I had a dream, I had the ambition to one day pursue photography. I didn't have money, so what I had to do was go and promote platforms where companies organize this online contest. Anything will be like make a video dancing with their pose song, then you win rewards, souvenirs, power banks, and all these things. We're doing it, but in the end, that wasn't the goal, that wasn't the agenda. But we knew that was the pathway where we are gonna get exposed. That someday we will get opportunities, or we would actually have somebody even pick us out, or we'll get investors. So I kept doing these promos. The company will be like, do a creative shot with Magic Mall, then you win a vacation to Aqua Safari. I was seeing those things as milestones or track records that will lead me to my ultimate goal of actually landing opportunity to be exposed or get the exposure to have opportunities to work with these big groups in the media or production houses, which never happened. But I always had a dream that I was going to make it. So with patience, perseverance, and determination, I kept doing these promos, and by God's grace, with a passion, I kept winning some of these things. So the bottom line is, I didn't have it all. I had to go through the stages of life. I had to struggle. Basically, all I'm here to tell you is that you only came to see the glory, but you don't know the story. Everybody goes through a phase of life. You don't just make it, or don't just have success overnight. I had to go through series of promotions to actually land my investors. You get me? Before investors come in, what do you have to show? Do you have complaints, or you have track records? Do you have inadequacies to talk about, or you actually have track records to show? Okay, I don't have a camera, but this is what I did with my phone, and they'll be inspired to even invest in you more. But many people will sit down, complain they don't have this, they don't have that, so they sit down idle and expecting somebody to just come and pick them because they are talented. If you are talented and you don't have any substance or a track record or anything to show of your talent to people who might not even have the time to actually look your way, how then can you prove yourself strong enough for the future? So I had to do these promos once, here and there, over and over, and God being so good, I actually landed my investors at some point, which helped me to be able to buy all these cameras I have, to set up all these things you see now. Had opportunity to even travel. So now even my mates that people thought were better than me, now through life's patience, being focused and content with the little I had, I actually made it, and still more to do in life. So sometimes you don't have to look at your situation and belittle yourself. You just have to focus on the future. Just have to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And you never know, those people you see that they are better than you, God can catapult you to come across all those people. So basically, what I'm here to tell you is that it doesn't matter how little your money may be or how little the opportunities or situation may be. You just have to make the best out of your situation. Don't just sit down waiting for somebody to support you. Don't keep blaming others for your failures, or don't keep blaming people for your situation, or don't keep blaming your mates that they are not supporting you. So that is why you are who you are today. You can't blame people for your situation. You alone can change your situation. If people help you, fine, it's just by the grace of God. But you don't have to blame people, or you don't have to tie your success or victory to people's financial status in life. Okay, they had this money, they could have helped you. They didn't help you, and so what? Are they your family members? So without them, you can't progress. You have to make a move on your own. So basically, all I'm here to tell you is that you don't need to have it all before you start doing something. Some of us didn't start with all these things you see around. We had to start just using our common phone, some colo phone. But in the end, we had a dream, we had a vision. We knew that someday we are going to get somewhere. I shot a whole project with just a phone and an iPad I used my national service to to get. And in the end, so many years came by before I was actually able to succeed. So you see, in life, you not have it all in a day. Not everybody will have it easy, but if you have the determination, if you have the zeal, if you have the patience to wait and go through the phase of life, you're gonna make it. So don't envy anybody. This, we live in a world where there are seasons and times, and everybody has their time where they are going to make it in life. If it's not your time, if it's not God's time, you keep struggling. But sometimes it's not just about the struggle. You have to pick lessons from the struggle. Why are you going through this phase of life? Sometimes God wants to refine you. Sometimes it's because you might be, you have so much pride in you that if God blesses you today, you are going to destroy all those opportunities. Sometimes God takes you through this fire for you to become refined. God takes you through this fire for you to be matured. You go through these phases of life to make you a better person. Sometimes if things had worked out well for you earlier on, you would have messed up. So it's good for you to go through the phase of life, actually not having everything, that you can know you move from zero to hero. It will actually make you more wiser and smarter than people who actually have it all on a silver platter, because you actually worked for everything you see around you. You actually had to go through the process to make it in life. So I hope you've been inspired today. Maybe my story may not be enough for you, but once again, it's relatable. You can know that actually you know about my life on social media, how I started doing promos here and there, chasing after souvenirs, ball, bag, recharge cards, vacation at hotels. I couldn't afford that kind of thing. But I knew if I had to showcase my talent, and by God's grace, if I win, I can have that kind of lifestyle. So you see, sometimes life is not one way. You can use so many other means to get to that point of your dream. So you see, then I'll be doing promo for a ticket, for this, for that. In all those things, I was seeing it as an opportunity to showcase my talent, seeing it as I was building a track record that someday if I set up my production house, do you get me? For me to get closer to my investors. It was a track record for me to be exposed to the public. It was a track record for me to be recognized by the industry players, because sometimes you may be good but nobody knows you. You don't know anybody anyway. You don't have any links, so it's hard for you to get connected. So sometimes it's on these promo platforms that you actually get the opportunity to be seen, you get the opportunity to be heard, you get the opportunity to be discovered. So sometimes you're just sitting idle waiting for opportunities to come your way. Opportunity doesn't come. Luck is when preparation meets opportunity, and you're actually gonna make it. So if you keep on sitting waiting for somebody to help you before you succeed, my brother or sister, you will die before even your dreams meet you. So just go out there, make the best out of the little situations you have. You might not have come from the best of families or a rich family, but you can actually make it in life and be successful. So thank you very much for watching today's inspiring episode on you don't need to have it all before you start doing something. You can make the best out of little situations. If you can't do big things now, learn to do big things in small ways. You can start small and actually make it big. You don't achieve success overnight. It's a process. You have to go through the transforming process. It's just like finished products. You need to go through the raw materials, process it before it becomes a finished product. So it is in life. You don't just achieve success overnight. You have to work for it. Even success that is achieved overnight with rituals, blood money, it doesn't last long. If you want eternal success, you have to actually go through the process. You have to struggle. You have to build it. Just like a seed, you plant it, you water it, you nurture it for it to blossom into that beautiful flowers or plants that everybody sees and wanna plug it. So sometimes when you have life hitting so hard on you, just remember like that beautiful plant or seed or fruit. Everybody throws stones because everybody want to pluck from it. So sometimes you have to go through the hassle before you actually make it. So thank you very much for watching today's inspired episode, and I hope you've learned a thing or two from it, that you can actually be inspired to be motivated to go out there and make the best out of your situation. No situation is too small to be changed. No situation is too hopeless for it to have hope. You just have to know that your dreams are also valid, and you just have to have confidence and believe in yourself that with God on the side, all things are possible. Rome wasn't built in a day, and you're also gonna make it. So thank you, and don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share on all our inspiring YouTube videos. This is Sparkle Inspires. Be inspired to be motivated. And I hope you've been blessed. And thank you for watching.